Welcome to Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. I'm your host, Jill Jardine, Master's in Counseling Psychology, professional astrologer, psychic healer, and yogi. In this episode, I'm going to share the astrology update for July 2026. Stay tuned for part 2, where I give zodiac sign forecasts for each sun sign. Wow. Can you believe 2026 is halfway over already? Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. As time goes into hyperwarp, as we experience the much heralded magic triangle and cradle energies of July 2026, when the outer planets dance in the skies in fire and air. The magic triangle opens a new golden age. July 2026 is one of the most extraordinary astrological months of the 21st century. The month features the formation of the rare magic triangle, an intricate web of harmonious aspects involving Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and Jupiter, and the moon for a brief visit. Stay tuned for the key dates in July 2026. Here we are, the key dates to look out for in July. I will tell you the date, what's happening, and then I'll go and break everything down in detail. We start the month with joyful Jupiter jolting through Leo. He just went in on June 30th. And so we launched July with that Jupiterian heart-centered energy coming in, showering us with more optimism, creativity, and generosity. A great way to kick off the month. Then on July 7th, Neptune retrogrades in the sign Aries until December 10th, 2026. I'll explain what that means. On July 9th, Venus transits into Virgo. On July 14th, we have the Cancer new moon. Then, here we go. Dun, dun, dun. From July 18th to 25th, the magic triangle is in play. On the 22nd of July, the sun enters Leo. July 23rd, Mercury transits direct in Cancer. And on July 29th, the cherry on top is the Aquarius Full Moon. So here we are in July as humanity enters a new evolutionary chapter. Get ready for the beginning of breakthrough inventions, conscious technology, a creative renaissance. We're going to see greater global cooperation, a surge in visionary leadership, and humanitarian innovation, all thanks to the magic triangle that's going to get activated in July. Stay tuned, and I'll be sharing more. And remember, go onto my YouTube channel at Jill Jardine 2186, where I break down the magic triangle in a video. Not only do we have all the podcasts of Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine, but I also have been making videos and video shorts of astrological information and other exciting issues that are here right now on the planet. So check it out. And if you subscribe and put magic under one of the videos, specifically the July Astro Update or my Magic Triangle video, you may get a little blast of astro info on your own chart. So check it out. July is a month of breakthroughs, unexpected opportunities, visionary thinking, and accelerated evolution. While Mercury and Saturn retrogrades encourage inner reflection, the larger cosmic picture is remarkably optimistic. Mercury had gone retrograde on the 29th of June and remains retrograde in the sign Cancer until July 23rd. And with Mercury retrograde most of the month of July, it's encouraging reflection on emotional patterns, family conversations, home matters, and the past before we move direct and launch into our futures. So the Mercury retrograde in July is an ideal period for revisiting plans rather than rushing into new commitments. The other retrograde planet on our radar in July is when Saturn goes retrograde on July 26, which will help with some of the unwieldy developments in the greater collective and things like politics and other business issues that concern us all. So we'll see some shifts from the way things have been going in the collective trajectory. Thank you, Saturn.
Amen.
We can heal it. It's going to go retrograde in Aries, where it made it halfway through the sign before it goes in reverse and sorts things out. July asks us to move beyond survival and into conscious creation. The Cancer new moon on the 14th reminds us to heal the heart. The Aquarius full moon on July 29th reminds us why we came here and what's coming.
Aha!
And the magic triangle in mid-month offers a rare cosmic invitation to become active participants in humanity's next evolutionary leap. Yes, July is a month to dream bigger, trust your intuition, embrace innovation, and align your personal purpose with the collective future. Here are the major transits and lunations during July 2026, and of course, the scoop on the magic triangle and what you need to know. So, just in time for Independence Day on July 4th, we have a wild and wacky conjunction of Mars and Uranus in the sign Gemini, leading to sudden breakthroughs. People are going to want their freedom like nobody's business. You can't put baby in the corner in the United States. And everybody who's visiting for the World Cup is seeing what a great country it is. It's only the bad press we're getting because of certain members of the United States leadership that makes us look bad to the rest of the world. But as they come and they experience it in person, they love it. So this July 4th, Uranus Mars conjunction will bring breakthroughs, unexpected news, brilliant ideas. However, it is right on the July 4th weekend. Be careful driving, avoid impulsiveness, and be very prudent when you're driving, swimming, or moving through your life. This can accelerate things and make it a little wacky. The next day, on July 5th, Mars, the mover and shaker, harmonizes with Neptune, bringing the opportunity for inspired action, spiritual courage, and creative flow. This is excellent manifestation energy because the same day, Mars, again in the mix, trines Pluto, power, leading to transformation and personal empowerment. Then, on July 8th, Neptune stations retrograde, beginning a 5-month period of deep spiritual reflection and revision. During this retrograde, Neptune will backtrack through the early degrees of Aries before stationing direct on December 10th, after he's dipped back into Pisces. So this will be interesting. There will be a little stay of Neptune back into the final degrees of Pisces. I wonder what we need to finish up there in November. Then it will move back into Aries, and we're in the new world energy. This is an especially significant retrograde because Neptune is moving between Aries and Pisces, bridging the ending of a 165-year cycle and the beginning of another. When Neptune's retrograde, it dissolves boundaries and rules. Neptune rules spirituality, dreams, illusion, compassion, creativity, mysticism. So when Neptune is retrograde in Aries, we are asked, who am I becoming spiritually? And then see what we like about it and eliminate what we don't. The next big transit in July occurs on July 14th. Bastille Day in France, which is a new moon in Cancer at 5:45 a.m. So this new moon in Cancer will help us become more emotional secure, plant seeds for the future. It's a deeply nurturing new moon, inviting us to return home to our hearts, our families, our ancestors, and our emotional foundations. Cancer teaches that our true success begins with emotional security. If we're feeling good and secure in ourselves, we can then go out and prosper in the world. And so it's also very good for anything with healing family dynamics, buying or selling property. Yes, Mercury is still retrograde in Cancer during that time, but it's the preparation for when Mercury goes direct after the 23rd to make any changes in the home. It's also going to be an extremely intuitive time, so pay attention to what kind of psychic impulses, how your body feels, what's going on with that second chakra. The navel center, that's the place that Cancer and its planetary ruler, the moon, have rulership over. And so in Cosmic Scene, we always like to talk about the Sabian symbols, the system of interpreting the 360 degrees of the zodiac through metaphors and imagery symbolism. So for 22-degree Cancer, the degree of the new moon on July 14th, it is, quote, a young woman awaiting a sailboat, unquote. This symbol speaks to expectancy, faith, divine timing, and receptivity. The young woman does not force events. She waits, she trusts. She knows what belongs to her is already approaching. This new moon teaches us that manifestation isn't always about action. Sometimes it's about becoming energetically available to receive. Trust divine timing. Activate your intuition. It's not about control. It's about trusting and being receptive and getting very clear what you want to magnetize. So use this new moon in Cancer to seed your intentions going forth. Do some kind of ritual in water. Spend some time in water. Heal, feel, release, let go. Cancerian energy is the primordial womb. Go back, gestate something, and get ready to birth it at the new moon in Leo on August 12th, 2026. Even though it's an eclipse, but still, you can begin the process of gestation for what you want to bring forth for the rest of 2026. At the Cancer new moon on July 14th. Because this is the lead-in lunation to a very magical time when the magical triangle formulates in July 2026. One of the most important and constructive outer planet configurations of the decade. Hi there, this is Jill Jardine, host of Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine, and I have some news for you. Some of you know that I have a book that's published called Sacred Sound Formulas to Awaken the Modern Mind, Sanskrit Mantras to Raise Your Vibration. Well, now I have the companion oracle cards for Sacred Sound Formulas to Raise Your Vibration. You're going to have a lot of fun with these. You pull a card, you get the mantra that will help you at whatever moment you pick the card, and so much more. So make sure you go online and order yours now, JillJardine.com. And here it is. The outer planets are going to dance. Uranus will be at 4 degrees Gemini. Neptune at 4 degrees Aries. And Pluto at 4 degrees Aquarius. These three outer planets form a harmonious pattern, which will have what we call aspects in astrology. So the Uranus in Gemini trines Pluto in Aquarius. Uranus in Gemini sextiles, which is a 60-degree aspect to Neptune in Aries, and then Neptune in Aries sextiles Pluto in Aquarius, 60 degrees. This creates a flowing evolutionary configuration, sometimes called the minor grand trine, a talent triangle, or as I fondly call it, the magic triangle. This pattern becomes exact between July 18th through the 25th, 2026. Together, these three planets create a rare synergy. Neptune brings in the vision, Uranus activates innovation, and Pluto is the transformational agent. Many astrologers see this as a signature for a renaissance in consciousness, communication, healing, space exploration, and spiritual awakening. So pay attention to what happens. Do your spiritual practices. Try to tune in. Try to receive what the universe is blasting at us from this cosmic clamoring of planets. because then the pièce de résistance, jolly Jupiter, arrives at 4 degrees Leo around the same time from July 18th to 22nd. As Jupiter reaches 4 degrees of Leo and activates all these outer planets simultaneously, as Jupiter in Leo trines Neptune in Aries, Jupiter in Leo sextiles Uranus in Gemini, and Jupiter in Leo is opposing Pluto in Aquarius. This is a wild activation of the cosmos, of the universe, for all of us here on planet Earth and in our solar system. And when Jupiter jumps in, astrologers are calling this a rare cradle formation or the cosmic bridge. That's right. This is a portal of opportunity and expansive opening. I personally think it is the transition from the third dimension consciousness into fifth dimension consciousness, or 5D. 5D is not counting on anything outside of ourself and is anchoring our reality from within instead of being outer referred. So we have to do diligence. We have to go within, connect within. And I personally have been noticing that all of the 7 energy centers, chakras, have been going through their paces leading up to July, starting for me as early as February, back when there was the Neptune Saturn conjunction at 0 degrees Aries, which is called the 0 point, the whole beginning of a new energetic on the planet. So I have been noticing that the shift started in the root chakra, which is all that area below the navel, and has to do with survival, groundedness, connectedness to the earth, its earth, stability, which includes all our needs being met, security. So that for me was active in February and March, and then it moved into the second chakra, the gestation chakra, and then there was the third, all kinds of symptomology. And then as we got closer to June, the heart and the throat were activated. So I guess the third eye, the sixth and the seventh chakra will come online in July. But we need to pay attention to our body, because our body is becoming the barometer of how to anchor and how to ride the waves of these new energies coming into the planet. So we have to use our body as the GPS. And it's telling us more about these different frequencies, which the magic triangle will usher in, that have been flowing in, than perhaps any other divination mechanism, because we can't leave our body behind in this type of ascension. So we're being asked to go into heart-centered living, which is 5D or fifth dimensional reality, courtesy of Jupiter in Leo. It's going to get very strong, meaning if something feels right in the body or the heart, then we continue or we do it. If we get a bad feeling or a foreboding sense in our body, that inner GPS is giving us a warning that it is not the best choice. This is how we will navigate these changing times with the acceleration of things like AI and other technologies, the increasing toxicity in our environment, shadowy people, and some of the dark realities that have been emerging in the third dimension. Fifth dimension will let us follow our bliss as we live from a higher consciousness in alignment with heart resonance. Things will either resonate or fall away. It's as simple as that. So pay attention. And if we try to hang on to something or someone or situations we have outgrown, then we'll experience some level of suffering or pain. So be really clear, relax, release, and know that the universe has your back. It's a huge time of trust and surrender. Keynotes of the shifts of the ages here that the magic triangle is ringing in. There will be many changes in our collective experience, and certainly among individuals, as things suddenly leave our lives. I've already seen it happening to many individuals as we leave June and enter July. Things they had taken for granted are being challenged or disappearing. There can be a sense of loneliness while trying to find the community or like-minded tribe to connect with Initially, you may feel like you're in some kind of void, and many will try to clamber back to what they've known, afraid and wary to step into the unknown. But the foothold in the past will fall away, and the future is yet to unfold. So we have to center within and live in trust, and surrender and have faith that the best is yet to come.
Hallelujah!
Then, to amplify the release of the past into new realities, the Aquarius Full Moon blasts in at month's end on July 29th, giving glimpses and activation of potential new realities. On July 29th at 10:36 a.m. in Eastern Time, we have an awakening to the future. This brilliant Aquarius full moon illuminates our relationship with community, humanity, innovation, freedom, and authentic individuality. Leo, where the sun is, asks, "Who am I?" And Aquarius asks, "How can I contribute my unique gifts to help humanity?" This full moon encourages stepping outside old identities to embrace a larger purpose. The Sabian symbol for the degree of this full moon on July 29th is 7 degrees. Aquarius is, quote, a child born out of an eggshell. What? So this is considered one of the most mystical Sabian symbols. It represents rebirth and emergence into higher consciousness, breaking free from old conditioning, spiritual awakening, and evolutionary mutation. The eggshell represents old beliefs, old identities, old limitations. The child represents our humanity's evolution. We're breaking out of old paradigms and into higher consciousness. Couldn't be a more apt Sabian symbol coming on the heels of the magic triangle and the evolutionary shift that's happening for humanity. Remember, this is just the seeding. This is just the beginning. The rest will unfold. So make sure you use the month of July. Take some time. Don't be so busy that you are not able to smell the roses. Take some time to align with these new energies that are blasting into the planet, and let us have astrology be our guide in these new times. We are going from our provincial thinking to becoming global citizens, to becoming galactic participants. So step it up and receive the help from the cosmos. That's what we like to do here on Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. Stay tuned for part 2 when I share your zodiac sign forecast for July 2026. Getting you ready for what's coming next. July is the precursor to the new Earth, to the new evolutionary human. So make sure you share this one. People are going to want to know what's going on. Give us a 5-star review. Subscribe to Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine on Believe, BLEAV Network, on all major podcast platforms, including Apple, Spotify, and more. And remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jill Jardine 2186, for more information at this pivotal time on the planet. This is Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine signing out, sending healing cosmic currents and astrological activations through the quantum field.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.